everyone, so welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to my channel. We are now here in California finally, and so in this video I will be sharing with you our travel experience, because as we know, traveling during the new normal, there's a lot of requirements and travel documents needed, and so I will be sharing with you the different travel documents that I secured for our flight, and I will also be sharing with you our actual travel experience from Ilocos Sur to Manila and from Naiya to San Francisco. Also in this video, I decided to include what's in my travel bag. So the different documents, I will be listing them in the description below. So of course, the very first document, the usual travel documents, are your passport, your visas if you have any visas, and your airline ticket or flight itinerary. Traveling during the new normal, we secured a travel pass. I was assisted by Ate Sasa, Ate Larissa Llanes. Thank you, Manang. Thank you for helping us. So we have also availed the travel and health insurance from Philippine Airlines, and you can do that online. So just be sure that your travel insurance has a health insurance covered for the duration of your travel. What we availed of has a maximum coverage of 45 days. So after your passport, visa, flight itinerary, and your travel and health insurance, you must also secure a vaccination certificate. Now, on the internet, it would say that you have to secure your vaccination certificate, your international vaccination certificate, at the Bureau of Quarantine. And the closest to Ilocos Sur is the one in San Fernando, La Union. And securing a vaccination certificate from the Bureau of Quarantine would require a physical appearance. And since that is very inconvenient, if you find that impractical, what's more practical is to secure a vaccination certificate from your local health office. So I secured mine in the City Health Office of Canton, and I secured it from a friend and batchmate of mine, Miss Joanne Jimenez Castillo. Thank you, sis. They were also the ones who administered our vaccines. That is Miss Joanne and Mrs. Jonan Sullivan Galdones. Salamat mga sis. We also secured a negative RT-PCR test. Now, the negative RT-PCR test is valid for 72 hours, a total of 72 hours upon the collection of the sample. That means upon the actual swab test, until the time of departure from Manila. So that is a 72-hour validity. Also, 5 days prior, at the most 5 days prior to your flight, to your departure, you must fill up a passenger profile health declaration online. So this is via Philippine Airlines, where you're going to give your flight details and your health declaration if ever you've recovered from COVID, if ever you were exposed to people with COVID, and you must fill this up at the most 5 days prior to your departure. So there you have it. So you need your passport, your visas, if you have any visas, your flight itinerary, you must have your vaccination certificate, travel and health insurance is very important, and a negative RT-PCR test, and an accomplished form online, which is the passenger profile health declaration form. Okay, so now to the actual travel experience. From Ilocos Sur, when we exited the boundary at Tagudin, I was expecting that they would check our travel pass, but no, they did not. And then when we got to Naiya, upon entering the airport, there is a security baggage check. Before checking in our baggages, there was another security check, and they had to open up all our boxes and all our check-in luggages as well. So they were looking for any kind of batteries, any kind of weapons or explosive devices or flammable substances. So after claiming our boarding pass, we filled up a departure card for the immigration, and we also have a waiver. It looks like a waiver to me. I should have taken a picture of that form. I forgot to. So at the immigration, they asked for our negative RT-PCR test and our travel and health insurance. Upon entering the waiting area, we went through another security check, and then entering the gate where we are to board the plane, we went through another security bag check. So that is like 4 security checks all in all. And my experience was kind of stressful with the immigration because first they told me that I availed of the wrong insurance, and I said that I confirmed it. I called the Philippine Airlines insurance department, and they told me that my travel insurance did include a health insurance. And then when I was at the waiting area, the immigration officer comes looking for me, and she approaches me and she apologizes and tells me that she forgot to stamp my boarding pass. That made me really anxious because what's the problem? Why would an immigration officer be looking for me? We already passed immigration. And then upon boarding the plane, before boarding the plane, they tell me that they have to assist me back to the immigration, which made me again anxious. And the reason why they had to assist me back to immigration is because they made a mistake on my passport. Instead of putting flight number PR-104, they placed PR-102, Manila to Los Angeles, which my arrival should be at San Francisco. So yeah, so besides from the security checks, the immigration really stressed me out. But our actual flight in Philippine Airlines, it was really comfortable. I really enjoyed the flight. Upon arrival in San Francisco, the difference that I noticed is that we didn't have to fill up an arrival card where you also list down your passport and flight details, your address abroad, and things that you need to declare. Everything now in San Francisco is automated, so which means that even before arrival of the passengers, all of our passenger profiles were already forwarded to the US Customs and Immigration. I think that's why you really need to fill up the passenger profile health declaration online prior to your flight. I do think that this is the information that they forward to the US Customs and Immigration. So upon arrival at San Francisco, it was really easy. They just asked for our passports and that's it. The only difference again is that the trolley at the airport isn't no longer free, but you have to pay $8 per trolley. And I noticed this girl before me, her card was declined and my card was declined as well. So it is really important to bring cash, and the largest bill that the machine accepts is a $20 bill. So yeah, don't forget that. So I would like to thank again Heritage Amazing Tours of the City of Vigan, Mamika. I really love their service. I've been booking my flights with them for as long as I can remember. It all started when one of my best friends was working there. Honey girl, Mare, I miss you. And this travel agency, Heritage Amazing Tours of the City of Vigan, has very, very great and good customer service. I really love their service. They really take care of you. They were really kind with me in securing the documents that they needed to book our flight. And while I'm also checking flight updates in my email, they also message me in case there are changes. And when upon arrival, they even messaged me to follow up. So I kudos to them. Thank you, Heritage Amazing Tours, for taking care of us. What is in my travel bag? I think this is a 10-year-old bag. Yeah, so my aunt gave it to me. It's a canvas bag and it's just a carry-all bag, and that's what I love about it. Okay, so what is important in my travel bag? First and foremost, passports and travel documents. So this is where I place my passports and pertinent documents. So with my sons, I have it right here. So I put our travel documents and I clip them. So I have my flight itinerary, my negative RT-PCR test, my vaccination certificate, my travel and health insurance. I also actually carry my alien identification certificate number. Yeah, so that they don't question me at the immigration why I'm overstaying, because I am a dual citizen. Yeah, so don't forget your passport. And I actually also carry with me other important documents, like my son's birth certificate, my birth certificate, because sometimes, you know, they ask for these papers and sometimes it catches you off guard, and at least you're always prepared. Okay, so yeah, because I had that kind of experience during our flight prior to this one. They asked for my son's birth certificate and they also asked for my annulment papers, and I had them all in here. Just, you know, always be prepared. And together with my mom and my son, I also made a checklist for our travel documents. So before our flight, I oriented them and okay, check your envelopes, check your folders. Do you have your passport? Do you have your visa? Do you have your health insurance and travel insurance, a travel pass, vaccination certificate, and your negative RT-PCR test? Check. And then did we fill up our Philippine Airlines passenger profile declaration form? Check, check, check. And departure card, it's indicated there that we are to fill this up at the airport. Also, on their website, they required us to download the Mobile Trace app. It's for contact tracing, and you need to download it and register. And what I noticed is that we didn't even use it at the airport, so it's kind of useless. I don't know why. And you must also be wearing a face mask and a face shield, and bring alcohol and sanitizers. And yeah, so I made them a checklist. And at the back, I asked them to write their passport details, their flight details, and important phone numbers and addresses abroad. Okay, so they might ask that at the immigration, so at least we're always ready, right? So what else is in here? I also have my kit. So in here you'll find my toothbrush, toothpaste, I have my alcohol spray. Yeah, because you're only allowed to bring 100 ml liquid, so it's better to use. I also have my hand cream because I do not like dry hands. They're very uncomfortable. And I have my eye drops. I carry medicine. So these are all over-the-counter medicines, like my anti-allergy meds. I have antacids. I have my probiotics. I have paracetamol and Advil. I also have band-aids in here. And I have my essential oils for aromatherapy because I tend to get anxious during our traveling. And I think I also have a small bottle of white flower just in case I get a migraine. And I love this scent of white flower. So what else do I have here? I have my dry lip therapy because on the flight you tend to get really dry, which is why I also have my face oil and my eye oil, and they're both from Cora. And I also have my eye masks from Sephora so that on the plane I could just put them under my eyes, especially when my eyes were so swollen from crying. I have my mirror. This is from Forever 21 and my son bought this for me. I have lipstick. I have this like magnifying thing in case I can't read like labels because I don't wear glasses, but sometimes there are labels that are too hard to read and this helps. And of course, yeah, there's my toothbrush. I have gum. Yeah, because I don't like it when my ears pop upon takeoff and landing. And then I have a sample bottle of, what's this? Omnia Bulgari. And I have my tea. Yeah, so this is chamomile, and I have English breakfast as well because I love tea. A hair tie. And my crystal. Yes, so I travel with crystals as well. So what else is in my bag? Of course, I have my wallet. And then I have toy of my cat Bajao and my cat's Bajao and Kimchi, whom I left at home and I miss them very much. And I have my book. Yeah, so 30-minute therapy for anxiety, and this helps calm me down. And with that, of course, I have my highlighter. I cannot read a book without a highlighter or a pencil. I have my chargers, right? My chargers, cords. I have my AirPods because I can't travel without music. I get so anxious and frustrated if I do not have my personal playlists. And then I also have my different memory sticks. So I think that's very important as well. My iPad. So prior to our travel, I downloaded my favorite series, my favorite episodes on Netflix. I downloaded YouTube videos that I wanted to watch. I downloaded music on Spotify. And I took screenshots of our different travel documents that were sent via email, so that besides our hard copy, I also have the soft copy saved in here. And I have wet tissues. Yeah, I also have Kleenex here. I don't know why it's here anymore. And of course, you must never forget a pen and pieces of paper. I also got, this is an essential for me. I need something sweet and sour during my travels, just in case I get nauseous. And always bring an extra mask, new normal, guys. And I also brought my notebook. This is a very important notebook. I write down all my important numbers here. I write down all my accounts and passwords and important information. Yeah, so yeah, so I think that's it. Also in my carry-on luggage, what I've placed there are other important documents that I need to travel with. I placed a few extra clothes. That is where I place my jewelry, and I've also placed my planner in there, an extra book, and medicine like antibiotics in a Ziploc with the prescription. So always remember, if you're going to bring a medicine that is not over the counter, always bring a prescription with you and never take your medicines out of their if possible, don't take them out of the boxes as long as they have a label on them that matches your prescription. That is very, very important. Also, in my carry-on luggage, I carry an extra pair of slippers because you never know if your footwear is going to have a malfunction, and that is very inconvenient. So always bring an extra pair of shoes or an extra pair of slippers and maybe a pair of socks when you get cold out. I hope everyone is doing fine. We are in quarantine, so I think this is this 18, 19, 21. It's our 5th day in quarantine. Yeah, so tell me what you think. If you have any questions, please just let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Some of my friends also were asking where we had our swab test. We had them at St. Martin de Porres Hospital of Candon City, and my handler was Miss Fame Tenorio, who is a very dear and intelligent student of mine. And thank you very much, Miss Fame, for accommodating us and for assisting us for our swab. And because of you and the team, we were able to meet the 72-hour validity